do we got on Team Red? We got ourselves Nasty. Oh my goodness, Nasty World. He's got a bald head. His mog looks anything but nasty, actually. When you think about it, actually looking kind of fancy. We got ourselves Illidanite here as an Illidani. Demon Hunter, we got Mary, we got ourselves Pooza, as we got ourselves Eric's. We got ourselves a lot. Oh, I like the masks. I used to rock those on my rogue when I was human. From old school OG Dalaran. I still have that tune, man. I still have that tune, and I'm wearing a mask on that one even to this day, even though I'm playing. We got Atha gonna be first up on Team Blue. The Gigged Out versus Pally, man. It's gonna be a big old A-bomb getting dropped in by Nasty World in the opener, throwing down a melee at Atho, hoping to overpower him with the Armory of the Dead. Stun coming out. Atho does have adaptation proc to trigger it. Is gonna get a slow onto Nasty World. Hand of Freedom up and running. Is gonna cure himself of diseases. That's gonna be the Army of the Dead, or at least Mages of the Dead, firing at Atho. Abomination getting a couple slaps in as the necrotics start to stack up. Nasty World, does he have a kick available for these flashlights? Looks like he does not, and actually jumps off the platform away from Atho. I was expecting the Army of the Dead to come out post Abomination, but I guess this man is going to go for a bit of a kiting strat. Does see the wings out of Atho, so maybe he's afraid of them wings. I'm afraid of the big damage coming out of the blue man himself. Nasty World popping an IBF versus Athoman's wings. Gonna try to get himself an Army of the Dead. Rolling Atho, popping the shoulder vengeance. Another set of wings coming out, probably minute-long wings. Is going to be able to cleave the army quite well, doing quite a bit of nasty damage to Nasty World. Gonna be a death back coming out by the Death Knight, trying to get out of a bad situation away from Atho, getting an interrupt as Atho might be feeling a bit of pressure from the DK. Might be feeling pressure to pop a bubble or bob here. Could be the opportunity if Nasty World can put on more pressure. That's going to be death back down. Nasty can go for as much healing as needed, and Atho is taking a little bit of damage. Goes for a dispel on all those diseases. Does get himself away from the pets for a moment. Stun onto Nasty. Going to be him getting out of it with the human racial. Atho popping and bubble. Is he going to go for damage? Going to be flash of lights as he's going to try to find himself a little bit of a reset there with a bit of a re-heal as I try to swap back to the duels mix, boys. Nasty World not looking all that good. Feeling a little bit rough right now. Feeling really unwell. Try to see if it might be able to survive versus after dropping down big A-bomb. Not really looking all that good. All the way super low. Trying to death strike himself to the line, but Atho, as he's popping in wings, something procced into Nasty. Devil was on Templars. Mary popping in wings of his own for Atho, and Shillivan is up and running. Atho getting a slow for slow. Executor sitting on Atho with a dispel, with a Hand of Freedom to come up right afterwards to him. Trying to see if he can survive the Shield of Vengeance while Mary got himself the big cooldowns up and running. Atho got wings of his own. Gonna be a counter attack onto Mary. No shield available for this one. Mary taking lots of damage. That's gonna be a bubble coming up for Mary. Does get an interrupt into Atho's heal. Atho might need to get a heal himself. SMP, no! Mary taking him out. The big wings damage out of a paladin. Bubble, so he's immune to everything. Landed a kick into Atho and put him behind. That's gonna be a stun by Angrisa. Gonna be an aggro demon hunter coming up next. Stunned by Mary with Executor Status. Got himself wings up and running. Could be a huge Templar's Verdict here. Does he go for it? Looks like he's not gonna be able to hit it. Missed it first with a blade dance coming out, and Mary's still trying to catch in on it. I don't think Angrisa is gonna let him at all. Angrisa playing the Crucible Flame, so there's gonna be a lot of self-healing available as we're not even in dampening just yet. Mary not looking all that healthy. Might be going down. Your big slappers coming out from Angrisa. Taking down the Paladin immediately, and Eric's side going to be the rogue, trying to see if he can stealth around. Trying to avoid the spectral side of the Demon Hunter. Going to be able to land the Kinder Shot even after getting knocked out with a glaive. Tricking for Angrisa, and that's actually going to be a sub-rogue instead of an assassination rogue. As he goes for a Kinder Shot, cheap shot into a blind, and from Angrisa got the stun DRs down. Needs to wait him out with saps. Should be able to. No trinket available for Angrisa. If Eric's eye has big damage available still, they might stand a chance here. Do they get the perfect stun? Kinder Shot or cheap shot needs to be perfect here. Gonna be Nightblade before a cheap shot. You give him perfect opportunity. Big blood of the enemy. Whoa! Big damage out of Eric's eye. Big dress. Eviscerate. Blood of the enemy. Wombo combo. While Shadow Blades is up and running. Not a lot you can really do against that. Especially since you've blown your trinket so fast. That's going to be Candy up next as an Arcane Mage. But his big old, I think season 1 or is it season 4? I want to say season 1, but season 1 and season 4 Gladiator mounts do look exactly or almost the same. I think the armor is slightly different, but the texture is the same. which is a little bit lame. Eric said dropping a bike down onto Candy. Quite a bit of burst damage being a sub-rogue. Triple cheap shot, triple stun coming out onto the mage. And finally, the mage is able to get a Nova onto Eric's side. Does play with Reaping Flame, so you might be able to get a big old Reaping burst onto Eric's side. As long as he's able to combo that with trinkets, Eric's side is going to have a bad time. Coca shot is still available for Eric's side. Trying to see if he can smoke bomb himself and catch a re-stealth. I don't know if he can versus Candy. Gonna shut Dusk him out. Trying to get him more damage. That's gonna be a cheap shot to stop him. Another cheap shot to follow. As Ericsson got the stuns and lockdown. Candy super low in health. Safeguard Trinket coming out, but it's still super low in health. Ericsson popping in a cloak so early. If Candy has any trinkets available for burst, he might be in a good spot, honestly. So this could be really, really rough for Ericsson versus Candy. Or it could be good for Candy versus Ericsson. It could be bad for Ericsson. At least that's how I want to say his name, is Ericsson, right? Close enough, maybe? I'd say it's close enough. As we hit in that 5-minute mark for the duel, there's going to be 4% dampening. Iceball coming out for Candy. Trying to see if he can get himself a counter pressure onto Ericsson, but it's going to be blind as Candy popping in cooldowns. Still, I think he might be able to keep the rogue in combat, though. This is getting procs from Azeroth. That does force a vanish out of the rogue. Gonna be very unfortunate for the rogue. Does get a juke out a little bit of damage before Candy is able to get an arcane explosion, catch an Ericsson with the missiles. That's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Shadow step and trap coming up for Ericsson. Maybe counter pressure available for the rogue. Big blow to damage to Candy, taking him out. And oh my goodness, Ericsson making some rogues look good, boys. Making them look insane. Ruckus is gonna be next, trying to cause some ruckus. I doubt he is subtlety. I'm pretty sure he's assassination like the rest of y'all. Or most of y'all. Ericsson trying to make some rogues look good, man. Some of you guys want to give it a try. Ruckus picking up the eyes. I think Ericsson is aware that Ruckus did. No vanish coming out for Ruckus, though. He probably wants to get a poison knife throw onto Ericsson. Could put him out in combat. That's going to be another gladiator player. Sap coming out by Ericsson. Going for a shadow step just to make sure he gets it. So Ruckus is going to get opened up on. Does he trinket this or not? It's going to be Sap again for Ericsson, trying to make sure he has a perfect setup here. Triple Sap. Okay, can the shot to follow. Big Nightblade after. Does he have a triggers to follow? That's going to be a big old bike. Maybe cheap shots right after. No, doesn't have the cheap shots. Actually going to get a shot up into Ruckus. Actually juking out Ruckus to catch himself a reset. After dropping quite a bit of burst into the other rogue on Team Blue. And both of the rogues catch a reset. Ruckus coming out without a lot of dots. He's going to be able to get himself a bit of sippy cup in here. If Ericsson can somehow find Ruckus again while they're low health, that'd be perfect. Walking past each other, didn't really spot one another. It's going to be a rogue stealthy duel. Ruckus looked like he had a better position right now for a second. Ericsson could maybe hang out by the eye, pick up a vanish if he wants to. Or maybe Ruckus might do it. He's kind of hovering on one side, only one eye available. The rogues are going to have to fight over this one eye. Maybe Ruckus looking for see if the other eye is available, but it's going to be a rogue fight right here. Ericsson just trying to cam the eye as best as he can. He knows that Ruckus would be looking at that thing. But Ruckus, the problem is Ruckus is behind Ericsson, catching it. It's going to get him some advantage, landing the opener to Ruckus. Mark for the 30. Does Ruckus trinket this? Does he go in the offensive, or does he let Ericsson do the damage? Will he have Blood of the Enemy by now? Because that was quite a bit of waiting for Blood of the Enemy to come back. Get a shot into Ruckus. A Nightblade to follow. Is going to probably go with a big old dress trinket. Maybe big Blood of the Enemy. Huge! And Ruckus couldn't even react. Ericsson had Blood of the Enemy. He took the chance and he took him out. Ruckus thought maybe I'll be able to survive through all this. And damage was just massive. This sub-rogue is insane. Wipey is going to be up next as the Demon Hunter. Big shadow step coming up for Ericsson. Having to trick it out of the stun. Cloak shadows to follow. Trying to get some damage on the Wipey. Might be able to get a trinket out of him. Could be a blind right here. Oh, wait, did he use blind against Ruckus? No. There goes the blind. Does the Demon Hunter trinket? Does he chase the target? Or does he let him get away? Catch a restyle for Ericsson. This is perfect. Needs to be nearby the Demon Hunter in case he goes for Spectral Sight to be able to stop it. Spectral Sight saps it. Perfect. Wimpy, do you trinket this or not? Ericsson doesn't have Blood of the Enemy for sure. Doesn't have dressed. No bike for a bit. So what do? Kid a shot? Do you let the rogue do work? It's actually gonna be a bike. Wait, he did have a bike. Big stun back onto Eric's side. No chicken available for the other rogue. Big dress return onto Eric's side. He's now getting to feel what's it like getting hit with a big old dress. Getting hit with a prison. Big metamorphosis coming out for Whippy. Still holding onto a trinket. Probably going to be a shadow step. Does land it, but no, Whippy was midair. And he turned around with those wings midair to catch up to Eric's side. Taking out the rogue that's been punishing his team. Going through 2 gladiators. Next up is going to be Puzum. Went in with a big old fell. He's got a big master damage. Huge burst onto Whippy with a big old fell damage from out of nowhere. Big I-beam coming out, getting kicked on. And Puzum having to go for a bit of a massive immunity for a second. Big blow to the enemy for them. Does he finish off Whippy though? He needs a master damage to help him finish off. Darkness for both. And they're just throwing in glaives at one another. They're almost like mimicking one another. That's going to be Puzum coming out of his darkness. So is Whippy. Started to Whippy. Big chaos strike and down they go. Oh my god. Yes, that's exactly what I want to see, boys. We got sub rogues and big bursts. We got demon hunters going for mastery builds. We got exactly what we wanted to see out of these 5v5 1v1 duels, boys. Oh my god, this is exactly what we wanted to see. That was amazing. I gotta see Eric's size damn. Oh my, I am glad that his eviscerate stopped damage, by the way. I know that, you know, he got Spine of Eruption. Oh god. Oh, that's a rare mount. We got spines, we got bikes, you know. That's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Ooh, electrostatic induction? That seems to do quite a bit. But it's so nice to see Eviscerate being all his damage, right, boys? I mean, imagine if it was all dressed. I think a lot more people would be upset. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going. Yeah, we got us as Baczynski, we got purple. Let's get them in there, man.